I am Gwendolyn Jimerson. I work at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School in Seattle. As a family services provider with Head Start, it means that I am the person who is the liaison between the students and the family. On a monthly basis, I make contact with all of my families, all 40, to check in to see how things are going. We make sure that they know how to access and enter the system. Okay, your father says that you speak better English. Most of my families are families who don't speak English. So that advocating piece is really hard for parents. They don't know how to ask, what to ask, and who to ask. I tell them it's okay to ask questions in regards to your children.
Gwendolyn is great with interacting with the parent and with the children as well. She has a big heart, loving heart, and very caring. She cares about the needs of the children and the parents.
I spend the majority of my time in my office, but I frequently enter into the classroom to assist the teachers in whatever way I can, and that's the best part of my day. I did start off initially in the educational field. I worked for Renton School District as an instructional assistant. I was wooed away and began working for the Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped, and really got engaged in just that whole community civic service thing, and I was like, okay, this is a bug that's biting me. And I did several positions within the Seattle Police Department, starting off as a 911 dispatcher. I worked for Investigations Bureau, to a community service officer, to programs like School Safety Unit. Now that brought me back into that, yeah, this is kind of a combination of my two loves, community service and working with the schools. You know, it's probably the way that I was raised with my mom, just each one reaching one. If you rise up, bring somebody up with you.
When Gwendolyn sees a problem, she wants to solve it. And she brings people along with her, and when she brings those people along, she empowers them to solve that problem.
Passion and, involvement is part of social justice, because I'm also going to fight for that person who won't speak for themselves. If you give me an opportunity to use my voice, I will stand up. I can't be in that classroom with that parent, but I can tell that parent that it's okay for them to be in the classroom. I can't do the work for the student, but I can tell the student that they're capable of doing the work. I can encourage, I can support them in what they need to know to make sure that they can do what they need to do on behalf of themselves and their families. They need to know that they are empowered, and empowered doesn't come from someone else, it comes from within. Your own desire to do what you can do and do the best of it. It doesn't have to be to anyone else's standards. Do what you can do and do it well. Find that passion. It was never my passion to want to be directly in the classroom on a daily basis, because social services needs to be outside of that classroom. It needs to have more fluidity and flexibility. ESPs, which are our paraprofessionals and our SAOPs, we're not especially stupid people. Paraeducators are not just assistants. We work in a variety of jobs. We do a variety of things. I'm degreed. I've started a master's program. Concepts of what you do and what you don't do is because of their lack of knowledge and information. We're good educators. We do the jobs. We're important. Everyone needs us. I knew back from my first employment there was always a union. So I didn't think much about it. But as I began to come into the district and I was working with Michael Mellinson, who's a family support worker, I just began watching, listening, looking, and hearing other people's concerns and complaints about things. And I thought that I'm not going to be the person sitting to the sidelines complaining. I'm going to find out what it's about. And I just started going. And then it became like an addiction. But the union became like that candy and that sweet for me. I wanted to taste more. I wanted to understand more. I wanted to go to a place of understanding, and there were people who were saying, yeah, come on in, it's okay, we'll help you. I can't even imagine not having a union. It's just what you do, it's necessary, but it's an extended family. It's like a part of you. Why wouldn't you want something that's supportive, that's encouraging, that promotes unity, that brings about diversity, that understands your concerns, that's willing to listen to you, that says it's okay if you fail, we can help pick you up, who says if you have a question, I'm willing to answer it. If you don't know something, come and ask. And when you start to understand why, then there's no question about why not.
Gwendolyn was on the Seattle Education Association bargaining team last summer, and what we noticed when you put her in any situation or in front of any person, she has this amazing grace and strength about her.
I am currently serving as association rep. I also serve on the CIA committee for WA. My daughter, she's a senior now in high school. I have been actively involved in her PTSAs. I currently serve as the vice president of her high school, Rainier Beach High School PTSA. At my church, I serve as a trustee on the trustee board. I am actively involved in my sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha. I volunteer every year with the West Seattle Rotary. Everything or anything that someone asks me if I could fit it in, I'll probably do it. Because when you see the end result, it's worth everything. Do not become a part of the problem, become a part of the solution. I preach it, I live it, I teach it. The change may not be the world, but there's a small segment of that world, and any little piece that you can fit into that puzzle collectively will help build to make things better. So try it. Give yourself the opportunity to see if it'll work. Do your best, and that's all I ask of you.